Give me 1 second. Oops. I'm just setting everything up. Give me a moment. And by setting up, I mean I was eating before this, so. Oh, hey, look, I'm huge. That's not what we want. We want this one. Definitely seeing my face plastered everywhere. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to be going over any type of questions anybody has for Common UI. I mean, it is specifically Common UI. I can also answer UI questions as well. However, if some things are a little bit too extravagant for me to cover, I won't really have the time to go over all of them, but I can make sure I address them at a later time or create videos to address them as well. So just bear in mind if I can't cover something. Let's see. So first, I'm gonna go take a look, see if we have any questions. If anybody filled out the form, let's go to Google Sheets. My cat's whining for some reason. Okay, let's open this. All right, so I see question here. Actually, let's just open up a notepad because I don't want to show the page itself. But we'll do this. All right. So the first question is, in my game view, I want to set the focus on the hotbar. Then I press I. Oh, then I press the left right arrow key on the gamepad. If I use the left stick, it should not navigate. Instead, it should lose focus. And then the character should move again. Oh, okay. So you're wanting to split the navigation between the left and the right arrow keys compared to the dialogue stick. You just have to lock the navigation to specifically be the arrow keys. So you'd need to make sure that your inputs are for the dialogue stick. Let's see if I can actually replicate that. Hey, what I had in mind was an action bar not clickable during gameplay, just enable to track cooldown and status. Status, yeah, I think I pronounced that right. And then can be integrated with drag and drop from the other blueprints. All this with the action keybind associated to it. So it's a... What current example do I have here? Do I have an action bar? Okay. Let's see. Do I have an actual character in this, or am I gonna have to make one? Blueprints. No. Okay. So essentially, let's turn this on to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Oh, I forgot. Unreal Engine is dumb. Hey. I've always called you Arthur, as if there was an R in the beginning. I don't know why, but a third. How do I pronounce your name correctly? Because I feel like I'm not. DS4 Windows. So I'm connecting my controller because I want to take a look to see what exactly we're trying to do here. Oh, except I think my dialogue stick is broken. Okay. So what you want is... So on the controller, you want to be able to navigate the left and the right stick. It's not working. God damn it. Hold on. Stupid thing. You want to navigate left, right on the action bar. But the moment somebody touches the stick, you still want the character to move and you don't want to do this. Is that accurate? Do I have a project where I actually have a map with all of this set up? Let's see. I think this uses the data tables though. Which I guess is still fine. Well, actually, no, that's not fine because you're wanting... Let's go into the level. Arthur is fine? Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not like calling you by like the absolute wrong thing. So what I need here is I think I need to change what input I'm using because I'm using input data here. So let's go into this. Oh, I'm gonna migrate, but I don't want to show you my folders. Give me a second. So let's go over here. Hey, how's it going? Just migrating all my stuff at the moment into the common UI testing. Where is this folder? Is it this one? I think it's this one. We'll go into... I have so many projects. This is a pain to keep track of. Okay, Unreal Projects. 5.4. Yeah, okay, so it is the right one. For less confusion in pronouncing my username, call me Howie. Is that... That was my question, so feel free to ask if you need more infos. Oh, the hotbar was your question? In what think the action bar would interact with just key presses, pad, or keyboard on only enter in edit mode when you open the ability tree widget. Then you can drag and drop from the widget to the hotbar. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that seems pretty doable. What I'm trying to do is I need to set up enhanced input because all my other widgets are here, and that would just make life a bit easier. Oh, why is that blocked off? Oh, because I'm dumb. Restart now. I want a hotbar system like Enshrouded, so I have more keys on them, more keys to map on my controller. Okay, let's close this one. This is the one with the... Okay. Keyboard navigation is really tricky to get. I'm losing my hair. Yeah, no, the keyboard's is annoying, but for the gamepad, it should be pretty easy to distinguish between arrow keys and dialogue stick. Because I'm like, come on, stop. Oh, I think my controller's acting up. I think I need to grab another one. Let's see. We're gonna go into... I can't delete that. Player maps. Level 1. Yeah, look, see, my controller is all fucked up. It's great. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this set up, and I feel like I'm fighting my PlayStation controller. Okay, so we're gonna go into here. We have our inputs. We have movement set up, correct? Okay. So we got dialogue stick, left, right. We're gonna delete 1 and 2 there, because I don't think we need that there. I'm making my analog cursor for keyboard nav to be like gamepad nav, simulating left mouse click virtual accept. Oh, I read that you were trying to do that, but I think you were having issues, right? Okay, so we got left. The arrow keys don't do anything right now. So that's good. And what you want is we need a UI with the navigation bar. So let's... Oh, I can't do and. So Q&A. And then what we need is the action bar. So we just need that. We have the buttons already made, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm not going into the details on how to create an action bar because it sounds like you already know. You're just trying to get the focus to work the way that you want. So we're gonna go into blueprint interface. Yeah, we'll just do common user widget right now. UI hood. Let's throw it out of canvas. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this. Oh, what was that? Oh, thanks for the subscription. I missed the name. Michael S. I don't know if they're in the stream or if they just subscribe to my YouTube. That's the thing that I can't really tell, is if somebody is subscribed while viewing or they're just subscribing in general. Anyways, action bar. Let's go into the third person. I'm gonna delete all this stuff. This was from other testing, but should work the same. Go UE HUD. It should not be an action bar. It should be a quick menu holding items, etc. to use like inventory slots. But they are buttons, so go for it. In the action bar, which is... Okay, Arthur, I think... Yeah, yours is something we could address after. So before you showed up, it was... Unless... Hold on, where's my note? You got me all confuzzled. Okay, let's increase... Can I increase the font here? There we go. This is the original thing that I was addressing. I don't know if this was your question. Lyra uses action bar for that. But essentially using the left and right keys to go on the gamepad. Yeah, that was yours? Oh, okay. Shit, then maybe I'm just misunderstanding. Somebody else was replying, who's Martin, who's in the chat as well. See, making my okay, so can you clarify what exactly you're looking for, because I feel like I'm getting mixed up between both you and Martin because you both talked like it was your idea. Came with the picture already started. Didn't know that was the... Yeah, definitely messed with my brain, but no worries. Press the left and arrow keys on the gamepad. So that's navigating left and right on the gamepad controller. If I use the left stick, so that's the movement, it should lose focus. And the player should move again. The thing I don't like about the action bar is, in blueprints only, is that we still technically need buttons. That is what you want? Okay, okay. So, no worries. Not trying to make this more complicated than it needs to be. Let me just find my buttons. Why is this not popping up? Can I drag it in? I can drag it in. Oh, it's because it's called action base. Okay. Am I go into here? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. Okay, and we'll do that. These should all display. That's at the bottom. Let's get rid of that. God, this controller is killing me. I need to buy a new one. We have all the actions entered in. All my stuff set up. Oh, okay. No, that's my fault. I need to do the input actions. Enhance input. Nope, still nothing. Is that the wrong default settings? Mapping. No, it should be the right one. Unless it's not. I mean, you can. But the whole thing is, when I'm being lazy, I could go into the project settings and just add it in. And that's usually fine. I'm pretty sure this is just adding it again, but I think it's something to do with the setup is what's not going on right now. Yeah. Because I just imported all my enhanced input actions. What if I throw in a button? Now, something's wrong with my setup. This is why you prep beforehand. Yeah, I don't care. We're gonna delete that. And then we're gonna remove that so that we don't have more confusing stuff. Closing Mac, Windows. Go into the gamepad. Yep. I have duplicates right now, that's what's going on. Okay, so now, hurry up and do your saving. One issue I faced when enabling the enhanced input is the back handler never worked again. Had to disable it. The back handler never worked. Well, a lot of the times with enhanced input action is there's usually duplicate input action being used. And that's the issue most people run into. For example, like let's say your controller has the triangle key, but then your UI also uses triangle, so then they're both using it and it consumes the input. Not saying that's exactly what you're running into, but that's generally... Did I not import the... Put that up. And then accept, and then back. Then we'll go ahead and, you know, for importing, it didn't do a good job. Sorry about that, guys. I don't mean this to drag on. So we're going to migrate this into content and override. Usually priority and actions consume less priority actions. That small tick box in the input action. Yep. You can't see, but I'm importing all the stuff on the other screen. It's just like halfway there. But Arthur, I don't believe it would actually be too difficult to navigate. Send it before, but I guess YouTube deleted it. Yeah, send it to me through Discord. YouTube gets weird and I don't know why. Because I've already turned off like moderation and stuff, but... Alright, so let's take a look.
this video I'm gonna show you how you can use the hotbar or the action bar in Enshrouded, which is located in the middle of the screen at the bottom. So in order to use it, if you are playing on keyboard, then you can simply use your left Alt key in order to switch between these two slots. And you can also use the numbers from 1 to 8 in order to switch between these items quickly. Also, you can use scroll on your mouse in order to move to the left or to the right. So scroll up in order to go to the left, and scroll down in order to go to the right.
Yeah,
And if you are playing on a controller, then if it's a PS controller, then you want to press and hold the R1 button. And then as you can see, we have this wheel, and we can use the right analog stick in order to select something. So we can move the
too
right
slow for me
to the item and then release the R1 button in order to use the item. And in order to switch to the other action bar, then we can, while holding the R1 button, we can press the right analog stick, and then we will switch it like so. In addition to that, we can also use the arrow up on the D-pad in order to enter the hotbar, and then go left or right with the D-pad in order to go to the left or to the right. Now, also, if you're playing on Xbox controller, because I didn't mention the Xbox controller, in order to open the wheel, use the right bumper, and also use the right analog in order to move around, or press it in order to go to the different slot. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Bye.
Yeah, no, it's doesn't seem too difficult to actually do that. The arrow keys are just bound to the action bar. So whenever you're actually using the arrow keys, they're going to do something with the action bar. So for your UI, you would just have the input actions for those arrow keys. Well, the input actions would be like, oh, I shouldn't have closed the video. Hold on. Let's turn that off. Okay. Printing screen. We'll close that. And then we'll go into here. Yeah, so your input actions would essentially be, we need something for the alt. Oh, I wanted a box. So that in itself would be one of the input actions. The other is there would be an input action to go this way. Wow, this is fuck. How do people use MS Paint? Jesus. This way. So that's another. And then you'd also have another for that way. And then I'm assuming you probably need one to actually click on it as well. So what is that, 4? So then for us, we would need something. Other than the, actually, I don't know if you need a back button for this. Master degree on paint required for common UI. Damn straight. I don't know. I just see Pirate Software use it all the time. On gamepad, it was the square button. Yeah, it's the left facing, so the one that's towards the dialogue stick, that button. I don't know if you can actually see it. A switch driven by Alt for the action bar and a radio bar on the right as a base. What we got on here? It's a common UI Q&A. Right now we're talking about hotbars. Arthur wanted something similar to Enshrouded. So we're looking on how exactly we could go about creating that, which doesn't seem too difficult. Maybe I should have just started with a brand new fresh project so it's less complicated. There was no back button focus is lost if he starts moving again. Yeah, so the focus itself is just whenever the dialogue moves. Just wondering if you should have the UI listen for when the dialogue moves, or when the player moves, I should say. Or you could have an event dispatcher in the character movement so that when the character moves, it just communicates. That is saying you have a connection to the character to the UI, but you probably should. Yeah. Well, first things first, let's see if this stuff actually works now that it's imported in. Okay. Let's go back into our HUD. Joke's on us. Oh, that worked, but the action bar didn't. Close that. This is Jason. Also, have you made a video on dialogue yet? I have not made a single video on dialogue. So we have action base. This is set to display an action bar. I don't know if I need that checked on though. We're going to project settings. Actually, let's just go over here. So I know the icons are working. Just enhance input not working. Let's go into third character input. Let's destroy that one. I don't need that. And I probably need to make sure that these is too busy. All I do is lots and lots of UI. Consume lower input priorities. And then if we go into no, it's not that. I want to go into the metadata. When I can't even get the action bar, this is a great demonstration of how much of a guru I am. Why are you not displaying action base? Settings. Because it's not an activatable widget? Auto activate. I hate my life. God damn it. It's because it was a user widget, not an activatable widget. I was being lazy in the beginning and I forgot that I did that. Are you using the right button? Yeah. No, it was just my fault. Just sitting here like, why in the world is that not working? Okay. But at least we got that working. So now I can get rid of all this ugly shit over here. We'll make 4 of them. And then all of it's going to be 0. Yeah, I usually do. It's most of the time I just default straight for that anyways. But I was just like, it's fine. I'm just demonstrating something. And then it turned out to not be fine. Okay. What other one do we got? I guess we got like close. Okay, so we got print, tab left, right, close. And then what we want is that when we use the arrow keys to navigate, as of right now, nothing happens. We don't want those focusable, actually. Are these action buttons focusable? Okay, good, they are. So what if... The first thing is getting focus on the actual action bar. Let's see. Common bound action bar. So not a way to get the button. Can you even get children of it? Because I don't think I could do set focus on the action bar either, because it's not a focusable widget. Because if I did... Yeah, but my thing is I don't think action bar is focusable. Yeah, UI action bar is not a focusable object. Huh. So how would we change focus with an action bar if you're not able to actually use it? I guess we could just do what everyone else does and not use an action bar. Work blocks. Only the buttons? That's weird. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I wanted horizontal blocks. Horizontal's left, right? I always mess up. Yeah. Okay. I'm just... We'll go into here. Go into here. 0. And then everybody will fill out. We'll do... padding of 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh. We'll do a get focus on button base 1. All right, no, this controller's pissing me off. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab another one. All right. I'm using a Switch controller. The dialogue stick is irritating me. Dun dun dun. Okay. The only thing is it's not completely Bluetooth, so I can't just freely. But it should work. Go into here. PlayStation still on. Man, it's not even reading my Switch controller. YouTube sucks. Unfull screen kills the chat for a good 5 seconds. Oh. Well, that's not good. Hold on. Let me restart this. This is taking a lot longer than I wish it did. Because I don't feel like this issue itself is particularly... Oh, man. My impatience is... There we go. Now I'll open up level 1. And it's not reading my controller. There we go. That was weird. Okay. So, we want to make sure that the arrow keys move, but you also want to make sure dialogue doesn't, which right now it does. Why do you always do that? All right. As you can tell, all my controllers have weirdness to them. So we're plugging that in. Go to our inputs. For move, I'm gonna get rid of these as well. Gonna go into input, CUI. What I'm trying to think of is how I want to handle the... Everything in game dev requires a ton of time, even the easiest in paper. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Although, in Unity, if you want to do something with controller, it's actually a lot quicker. Actually, even like Godot, you just do... Godot is really easy with controllers. It's insulting how difficult Unreal Engine makes it. I'm wondering if the dialogue stick is built into the common UI navigation. Howie, I know that you did a lot with it. I think I actually remember you looking into the navigation. I'm wondering if there's something we need to turn off. Because I'm using that, using arrows, but the dialogue stick should still move. I'm wondering if this needs to be a higher priority. I wonder if COI has been shipped with any recent game. A non-epic game? I am not sure. But the thing is, Epic also... Yeah, you could turn off the analog stick. But that's in the C++, right? And not... Not in these settings, I believe. Sorry, my brain had to think about it for a second. Because we can go into the settings, we can turn off analog stick. I'm going to my engine folder right now. I just don't like to show all my folders. I think it's in the plugin section. Is it? Plugin. We have the way to make the mouse pointer automatically move to the center of a widget. So I don't know how useful that truly is, though. Analog cursor settings. Common UI settings. Sports game tab. Boom, 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 boom. Out of focus. It's that. The link cursor to gamepad focus? Or the analog settings? I thought this just helps control the cursor, but not disable it or enable it. The upper. Now, I'm not seeing any difference with any of the settings that I click on. I didn't think that there was something in the settings. I thought it was strictly C++ file. God, all my controllers are so whack. Oh. My mouse is gone now. This is great. Yeah, I could have sworn it was just C++. Hold on. Trying to find out where I stored my engine. Epic Games, UE4. The section is read by the F analog cursor. Plugins. Runtime. Common UI. Yeah, it's the stupid Common UI. Do. Actually, is it even a common UI specific thing to disable the analog? Yes. Wait. Navigation config. That's what I was looking for. Not state nav config. Yeah. It's false by default. Does common UI turn it on? Or do I need it on? I'm checking. No, it still does exactly the same. This is why nobody makes game jam games with Unreal Engine. All these small things require so much. I forgot what the issue with all that rumbling. Oh, the issue is without anything set up, the navigation for the gamepad will work with the dialogue stick. Is that what it's called? Yeah. And essentially, we want to make sure that it's not linked to navigation. But I think that's built into Common UI, where it automatically does do that. Because our arrow keys do the same thing. What was I looking for? Essentially, we need to disable the gamepad's dialogue stick from working with UI, but we're also using to gain focus when we click on the arrow keys. But I'm wondering if maybe we should just avoid using gaining focus, because that's what's causing an issue. There's nothing exposed from they're added to the blueprint. Yeah, I didn't think so. So I feel like if you do Common UI, you probably have to do a workaround where we're not getting focus. Oh, but that's complicated. Or can this be a higher priority? I think because the metadata... It'd break if the blueprint was able to do things with it, yeah. Oh. Well, that essentially broke everything, so... Default has a higher priority. 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm already sorry for this question. In CUI by default, UI has a higher priority. Well, yeah, but that's the whole purpose of the navbar priority for the enhanced input actions, is so that you're able to help control the priority. And then I also have it to where it's set to consume the lower priority, which it should. But no, you're all good, Arthur. It's more of I just didn't have everything prepped because I didn't have like an actual map level set up. Wondering world settings. Okay, there's nothing set up here. I'm wondering why it's only going to focus on the widget. Not his testable. Yep, both mappings are added. I mean, that's what we're seeing right here, is that both are added. I think I accidentally have it in here somewhere too. Maybe that's what's causing it? No, that wasn't it. Wow. I don't appreciate that it shows my name there, but that's great. But why is there nothing? That's Oh, there we go. Maybe I mistyped, yeah. Yeah, it's not reading it. Enhance input is a bitch. It is. Trying to... Hey, you can actually choose the cursor. Cool. Wondering why the UI is consuming. Yeah, I'm just trying to take a look. The cursor? Let's show debug, enhanced input. Why is the cursor... Alright, Arthur. Sorry it's taken a while. I'll look into it a bit later, because this is turning into the entire video. But does anybody have any other questions that I can address so that I don't deal with one question the entire video? Thought I hit play. What I don't understand is why this is not currently working. Because previously, it did work. The UI is just consuming no matter what. How do you get a slider animation to work with gamepad? I use the on capture begin events, but I want the animation to play on hover. Do. Oh, wait. Canvas. I remember showing an example, but I don't think I have it anymore. Let's see. I think what I had before is I had a button where I put a slider inside. But I think what you can also do is do the left and right navigations when hovered on top of it. Can you actually focus it though? Yeah, okay. The input config is set to the C++, and not exposed to Blueprint UI. Gamepad do nothing. I'll look into it when I'm done with my keyboard cursor. Yeah, no worries. Sorry for late response. Take your time. Didn't think it would be that complicated. Me either, because when I previously was using enhance input actions with UI, I wasn't running into this issue. I'm not sure what's happening now. But of course it happens when I'm on stream and not doing my own thing. Reduce. Subtract value. I didn't realize I didn't give it a name. Oh, well, I need to have a bit more values than 0 and... Hold on. So max value, let's just say 100. We're gonna start at 0, minimum 0. Style. Bar thickness, 50. Image, 80, 140. All right. So left. No, sorry, right. And then left. So all you have to do is do some custom navigations. I mean, there's other ways you could do it, but I mean, custom navigation's the easiest. Just when you're on it and the left navigation or the right navigation is triggered. So this is using arrow keys right now. I'm going left, going right. So that one is pretty easy, and you don't actually even need to use Common UI for that. So yeah, I just used 2 custom navigations. The only thing is, if you end up having widgets you want to go to the left or to the right, you'll have to do something else. Like when you click on it, then you have to use the inputs, things like that. How do I connect that to the animation? Slider animations to work with gamepad. What type of animation? Do you need animations to occur every time that you are increasing or subtracting the value? Because if that's the case, you just throw it off at the end right over here. you could just have animation play here and you can plug in the new value, whatever you're taking. How can you... Okay, wait. Before I get to yours, let me look at his. I had a question on creating a hotbar that creates the active on cooldowns abilities. Each slot tied to an input that shows as a keybind. The hotbar will be non-interactable while on gameplay. And I need it when the player hovers on it. Yeah, so for that, hold on, where'd my hotbar go? So let's... Oh, this stupid controller. Okay. So connecting the buttons to the actual hotbar would be... I'd have to look a bit more into how to make sure you can actually connect to it, because what I found when I was streaming is that the... where did it go? Over here. The action bar, I wasn't actually able to get the action button class that's underneath it. So you may have to do something like this where you have the actual 4 buttons that are available. And then what you would do is just make sure that they are not focusable. So if we turned off that, and let's also... okay, that's also not set to focusable. I'm going to go ahead and create the UI HUD. So it's not focusable, but you can still go down and you see how you have like a hover type situation. What you would do is that when you end up opening a menu or whatever you're doing inside of your game, like let's say you opened your inventory or your ability system, whatever type of system you have, and then your mouse becomes available, and then you can go and hover on top of these. But if I click on, well, they're not supposed to have things bound to them. If I went to these buttons, remove all of these, triggered. And now if I'm pressing like 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing's happening, we're all good. So it's not actually going to trigger the event. And what you could do is that, let me close out all these tabs because they're going to be super annoying. We're going to go into the button. Within this button, we have this enhanced input action widget. Now, what we don't want to do is set the UI button to use the enhanced triggering input. You would just want this icon to reflect the enhanced input action that you're using. So for example, if we set all of these to the accept. Oh wait, I think I have to revert all of these back. That's also... There should be no getting focus here. Unless I'm setting focus. Oh, that's my bad. What do I need to revert here? Oh, it's my fucking controller's fault because it's not recognizing it as a controller I have. But so let's say I'm on like keyboard. You would still be able to see the icons themselves, but you'll notice that if I'm like hitting enter over here, nothing's happening. But if we hover on top of it, you can still like click it. So you can make the action bar still show. It's my Switch controller. So if I plugged in my PlayStation, you'll be able to understand a bit better. Okay. Shh, knock it off. Or did I just break all my icons? Is that what I did? Because if I go to keyboard, why are you getting focus? Who told you to get focus? No one said this. Oh no, my entire thing is just bugging out. Let me restart this. But essentially, I think you get the point of what I'm trying to explain. The buttons themselves, you can make it so that they could show the icon, but they don't have to trigger the actual input action. So they themselves could still have like the cooldown showing, all of that stuff, but you don't have to make them interactable. And then when you end up opening your menu, you can then use the mouse, hover on top of it, see tooltips, drag and drop, whatever your entire interaction is going about. You can go about doing it that way. These controllers are going to drive me insane. I need like whatever the cost of a PlayStation 5 controller is these days. Okay, Arthur, how can you trigger the on gamepad capture and end gamepad capture on a slider? So we're going to go back to this slider. On controller begin. On capture end. Print. Start. End. Let's first see what the original behavior looks like. If we go into our character, and we're going to change this back to the slider. I think I need more than one widget here. Let's go ahead and add a button. Is focusable. Is focusable. And then we'll do here. So it's not being triggered. I also don't like that when I press X, it goes straight into the center. That's interesting. So let's see. We got mouse begin capture. And then we have mouse begin. And we got CT. Interesting. So this is me pressing X, well, the down button on the slider. And because Common UI is doing the whole, we're using the mouse cursor, or we're using the cursor. It's counting it as mouse capture, not gamepad capture. Where's that common UI setting? Is it over here? See if that does anything different. Start, end, start, end, start, end. So the gamepad is not being registered. It's going straight into mouse. And then when you hold down the button, that's when the capture begins, and then when you let go is when it ends. I need to see on what exactly triggers the on controller. What is there other questions? I see some. I need it when a wait. Where are your real? How do you get a capture on event? How do you get slider animations to work with gamepad? I use the on capture begin, but I want the animation to play on hover. I don't know how to do that because the hover isn't an option. Okay. You could do on focus. Is there a focus event? So, um, let's see. Focus. There's a way to check if it has focus, but not. Hmm. Wondering if you should do a activatable widget that has the slider inside of it. So then what you could do is that when that widget gains focus, so for example, this is an activatable widget, and you have a um, on focus, or what is it called? On focus receive. And what you could do is that you could get your slider, and then you could do like play animation, or I don't I don't know, animation. Why is animation not appearing here? There we go. Whatever. Target, plug it in, whatever it is. Um, and then what you could do is that when you lose focus on focus loss, you could do the exact same thing. Play animation or whatever you're planning on doing. I need flicker animation to play when the player hovers on the slider instead of capture. So let's do another widget. Activatable widget, UI, anim. Oh, let's bring that into the QA section so I can just delete all that later. Let's go ahead and grab our beautiful made slider that's over here. Animations. Okay. Add slider. And let's just say bar color. Zero. So we got a very simple, beautiful animation. Good for us. We'll do is focusable, go straight to the slider. All right, I think on focus received. We need to make sure that's handled. Play animation. And we'll go anchor over here. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. Event. Where is my controller? Okay, so the focus didn't go. Did I forget to turn auto activate? Is that what happened? What about focus path? Let's try that one. Okay, so focus path worked. There we go. We wouldn't want to use on activated event because we only want the animation to trigger when we're going on, when we're actually focused on the widget itself. So, for example, you could see the blue boxes, right? Where I'm on the button and I go down, animation plays. But if you did on activate, it would just, the moment the thing started, it just goes straight into playing the animation. Oh, restore state. Yeah. So if I go down, animation plays for like half a second. But yeah, anyways, essentially I put it into another widget and then I have it go through there. Just also make sure you set up the left and right custom navigations as well, because you want to actually make sure that works. So But yeah, that handles the slider. Okay. Uh, let's see. I think the last thing, Arthur. Yeah, you said the on-game capture. I did the other one because it was just a lot quicker. So let's go ahead and delete that. But it's treating the gamepad as if it is the mouse. So if I did left, right, and then my custom navigation doesn't count as a gamepad focus. There's a method you can override for mouse enter leave in user widget class. This is slider. I don't want slider. I want. I mean, I have a workaround with a timer and an event dispatcher, but it's much easier if the built-in event works as intended. I mean, yeah, if the things actually worked as intended. I actually think the slider is part of No, it's not part of Common UI. No. I don't think Common UI has their own slider, right? Because the Common UI actually, yeah, it's the user widget based class. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Um, essentially has the gamepad mimic the mouse cursor, so it's considering the gamepad as mouse capture. Common UI derived from user widgets. Yep. Uh, common UI user widget derives from the user widget, and then common activatable is from the common user widget. So yeah, everything is under user widget. I guess you could do um what's the word I'm looking for? No, not method. I'm looking for input config. Is it from the player controller? Yeah, that's the desired imp, which I just clicked on. But to provide the input to use when this widget is activated. Yeah, it's just wasn't what I was looking for. I was trying to look for grabbing what input current input is being used. see. It still counts it. Okay, okay. Cool. There we go. So it's kind of a workaround, but CT end, CT start, CT end. So it should recognize my controller. If I hold down X and move it, oop, sorry. Stupid dialogue stick is broken. Going to the left, let go. Says CTN, so that's for controller. And all I did was get the player controller, get the common input, and then get the input type, and then do a switch. Still workaround. It's not pretty. It's kind of annoying. But you can do actions based upon whether it is mouse, keyboard, or gamepad, which might be easier than using a timer or a event dispatcher. I have no idea, depending on what your actual usage was. Thanks for helping people, Howie. I appreciate it. You knowing the C++ files helps a lot. I looked at that forum post that you shared earlier too. And I love that everybody was just like being defensive about Unreal Engine the entire time, saying it was Windows' fault, not Unreal Engine's. But two other game engines have made it easy, except Unreal Engine. So changing the resolution scaling with a slider, and it is way too expensive to save with every click. We love Epic. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's way too expensive to save. I I love Unreal Engine because, well, for one thing, it's the most beautiful engine out of all of them. But man, they like to make things very, very complicated. After learning Unreal Engine, it took me a week to learn Godot and a week to learn Unity. So it's pretty easy to migrate to other engines. Sorry, Arthur. I'm not sure if that was like something you wanted me to look at or comment on. I read it, but I am not sure what it's pointing towards. So I'm not sure if you were just venting. But essentially, this event does not work with Common UI. And that's what it's looking like. Any other Common UI problems, questions, concerns? Oh, to the slider workaround with a timer and dispatcher. Yeah, no, that seems very intensive. Um, this seems a lot simpler than using a timer, but it just requires pulling information from the player controller, which it should be fine because you didn't have to cast or anything. You just get the input system. The only thing is, it's basically you have to branch off and select on stuff. I wish you could do like a select node with just events. If input equals this, use this. I don't know. Actually, I guess you kind of can do that. Well, I guess that's what switches are for, if you want to do events. Yeah, anyways, I'm just talking to myself. Before someone ends up saying, you can do that. And be like, I know. That's besides the point. I don't know why I'm making it pretty, but... So that covers sliders. Guess I can go back to looking into why this isn't working. Or we make once more a new project. Is 5.5 out yet? Or almost, I guess? No. Oh wait, we could have just did this. New project. Third person. Blank one. Alright. Music ended. Is there any playlists that are free? I said that are free. The song, there's some that require like paying $40 to play, which is absolutely insane. Like I feel like you could buy a song for less than that. So okay. Plugins. Common UI. Dun, 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 dun.
This is the future.
Hate that every new project
Evolution.
you have to change this to main window.
This is the future.
Now I'm only gonna migrate simple stuff.
Evolution.
Actually, no, I'm gonna migrate all the input stuff. So we're going round 2 with your original question, Arthur. The heavy one. The original fight against Common UI is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and enable all of this
This is the
before gamepad.
human error.
Keyboard.
Evolution. This is the future.
We got to do the viewport.
Evolution.
All right, that's restarted. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, but I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Got me some tea as well. Okay. Let's make sure everything is set up. And then I am going to migrate the action button because I don't want to remake all the styles and stuff. And then I'll remake the rest. Okay. So migrate. And then content. There we go. Okay. Let's make a activatable widget. Throw down a canvas. Let's do Were we doing an action bar? I think we went the route that wasn't the action bar. It was just buttons. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go into the over here, and we're gonna change these to numbers. I suspect that the methods to change input mode is not using CUI's enum. Possibly. Hmm. Okay, we'll do 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. 2, 3, 4. And then gamepad is gonna be left, up, right, down. Okay. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're set there. Set the metadata is generic. Delete. Whatever, that's fine. They're all plugged in. They're all at 0 priority. We're good. Let's go into... We don't need to go into that. I think all of that is set. Okay. So now let's go into the player controller, or the player, I guess, because they don't actually make a player controller. The default template should provide a player controller. Anyways, that's just a rant. We're going to here. It's just to separate it a bit. Dialogue? Oh, wait, wrong one. IMC default. Oh, I fucked up. Or the... Oh, okay, okay, hold on. Delete those. Oh, I don't have them mapped. Ugh. Sorry. It's fine. That should be good enough, right? Okay. They're not pressing, though. Is it because it's game only? What if I did... It doesn't look like the inputs are going through. Thank you for the debug, though. I didn't even think about it. They're triggering. So this is already better than before. Yeah, see, action 2. So I'm pressing the get button. It's being triggered. So we're off to a good start. The only thing is the actual action inputs aren't being clicked on. Because I am clicking it right now, but nothing's happening. I can still move through. the map, you can use arrow up to get the last... You gotta be kidding me. This is what I get for only using blueprints in Unreal. I'm gonna grab these images real quick. Actually, I think I deleted all of my images. You gotta be kidding me, did I? Oh, I did. Alright, never mind. We're sticking with white boxes. But they're being registered. It's just not being clicked. But why? They're focusable. Why is there input priority and then priority down here twice? I don't think it actually matters, but... This is part of Legacy and should be removed. No. I love how they did a to-do for a live version. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, no, I can re-download them if I want to. I just don't want to right now. I actually have a link for it. It's like Zulu free image prompts or something like that. I don't remember. Zulu. You got me looking it up now. Yeah, Zulu's free controller keyboard prompts from thoseawesomeguys.com/props. But why is it not triggering the buttons? Yeah, even the keyboard buttons aren't being pressed now. This is our other one. We over here. We press 1, 2, 3 opens. Wait a second. I hate myself. All right, now we're back to our original problem. We can no longer move. Okay. We're back to the original problem. Well, I don't... Well, I put the default movement to priority 1 to make it as a higher priority, but if I did the opposite... all that does is make sure that this will always consume. Okay, so when I removed it... Oh my god. So I made it a common user widget, and now I'm pressing, and it's working. So when I made it no longer an activatable widget, it worked. So now I'm clicking on them, and they're being clicked. So I could click on, and I can still walk. I can click. I don't know why 3 is not working though. That's a bit weird. Oh. That's what I'm saying right now. Like, that makes no sense. Like, why is it because the activatable will then override the input actions? But I don't remember having that issue when I was doing the videos. Because when I made the enhanced input action video, I also demonstrated how you can use enhanced inputs within... Wait, do you need the metadata for all input actions? No, that would make 0 sense. Why would you need that? No. It's like with the table. What do you mean? You set the mapping on the lowest widget, and every other widget above uses it. I mean, there's a default table for all the project and an overridable in the widget themselves. I'm confusion. Yeah, no, I am confusion, man. Is I don't see how being an activatable widget would break it. Because, okay, for one, we need to activate it, otherwise you can't use anything. Input mapping, which is optional, and it says optional. Optional mapping context to be applied and removed on activation and deactivation. But then it proceeds to consume all input, so you can only focus now on the widget. I feel like there's something I'm just forgetting here. It doesn't make sense why it would consume the input, though. So it would apply twice the mapping. Is there a settings for mapping? The only place that I'm setting any mapping is here. In the standard Unreal Engine. All I did was add this in. Oh, wait. Why is that at 1? I don't think that actually changed anything, though. Yeah, that didn't change anything. Or input mapping context, because here it's enhanced input problem, not CUI. Yeah, that was when I was messing with it, but yeah. I flipped them just to show. Yeah, I'm pressing keys. I'm moving. That's not working. No. I'm like, what if I just throw in the common UI metadata and just set all of them as they are meant to be used within blueprints, not UI. But that seems incredibly annoying. Like, if I now have to then go add in move and then turn that off. Let's go into here. Let's also find our default inputs. All properties in group. Oh, wait. What do you mean that I can't copy and paste? Copy. Paste. Oh my god, you're making me actually do all the work. We're gonna test this out and see if it works. If it works, I'm gonna be very upset. Okay. Didn't work. Well, at least there's that positivity. IA move. I added it into the metadata, so it's there. What is this? 1, 2. Where did 3 go? Oh, I'm not done yet, actually. It's not taking anything. Now, there has to be a settings issue somewhere, because that works. It's like it's going automatically into UI mode only. I would love to see how they actually got this to work in Fortnite. But I'm pretty sure they made like a lot of custom made stuff, a lot of stuff in C++. It's not reading the inputs though. I'm able to move. But it's like spazzing me out. God, I hate these controllers. Well, we can get it to work. It can't be in an activatable widget. The part that makes no sense is that it should be. Oh, actually, none of my buttons are working now. Which means I did something that broke it. Well, there was no need for me to move that over there for... But why do you... I'm just going in circles. It's so irritating. How far can I go back? I am committed to making this work before I head out. And it's all Arthur's fault. These buttons are no longer being triggered. I remember at one point we got all of it to work. But what did we edit that caused it to not work? It's not you, Arthur. Don't worry. It's Epic's fault. In the end, it's always Epic's fault. What did we do that caused it to no longer work? Okay, we're at the point in time where it works. I undid it. What did I do? I'm moving, jumping, casting, or whatever you want to call it on. It's working. And it's an activatable widget. What did I do differently? Why is it working? They're both at 1. Oh! Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. What? I'm not even doing the override. What is different? I'm moving. I can even click on the map, so we're good. What? Hey, Arthur, I did it. I don't fucking know how. I didn't do anything differently. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm gonna restart the project. We're gonna see if it works again when I restart, because you never know with Epic. Auto is unticked. Auto activate. Yeah, it's... Wait, why am I not seeing that here? But I saw it on my stream. Am I missing messages? So we're just not activating the widget? So something to do with the activation? Yep, you're right. Don't tell me. I said open it. Stupid thing. Oh, you guys don't need to take a peek at that. We're gonna hide that. What do you mean? Oh, it's common action widget. Take me to the widget. Internal process activation. Oh, it's super helpful, thanks. Copy path. Oh wait, hold on. Why are you not opening? Come on now. Ugh. I want to know why it's not working though. Probably a user widget function, isn't it? Anyways, Arthur, we've achieved it. It works. It can't be activated, or just use a common user widget, which is essentially not having the activate function. I don't know why that is, but that's what I want to look into. But it gets everything to work. It only took us 3 hours, taking a pause in between the 3 hours. All right. Any last minute questions? I don't know how far behind my stream is, so I'll give it some time before I go and eat again. Y'all got 20 seconds. Of course, if you guys have other common UI questions that you may come up later, feel free to join the Discord, ask the questions there. I'll get to it when I can. I'm doing a month-long game jam right now, so it is taking up a lot of my time. I'm also working on the inventory system, which makes me want to blow my brains out, but we're getting there. Yeah. All right. Then I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, everybody that was joining in, asking questions. Feel free to join the Discord, subscribe, become a member on the YouTube. And yeah, thanks for joining.